Welcome to the Soul Star Live After Show, the after show, and we got our special guest on, brother Ahmad Daniels, Joseph Edwards, Kevin Hamilton, and Cornelius Williams, and we going with the heat check. We're gonna get ourselves a little heat check. We like to talk about a little bit of self care in this special edition of the Soul Star Live After Show. And just gentlemen, I want to know what's going on. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, fist of five. You know how you check in, and how are you doing with yourself? You know how you doing with your personal self, your goals, your situation right now with the pandemic and the way the state of racism is. Share with us some of your angst and anxieties and struggles, and how you are overcoming them. How you choosing to overcome
Since
it.
I am the elder, I'm going to take the liberty of kicking in first. I'm the elder around here.
Right.
When we talk about health, we have to be talking about wellness, the process of continuously striving towards one's level of optimal health. That becomes important. And I say that because Marcus Garvey died at the age of 52. He died from complications brought on by two strokes, which means that he was hypertensive. We needed this man to be around a lot longer than he was, but we worked him so hard. He tried to do as much as he possibly can. There were so many forces against him. What I do for myself, I ride. This morning, I was out the house by 4:30, put in 30 miles on my bike. Yesterday, me and the lady, we rode 28 miles. Exercise is very important as a way of keeping our mind, our body, and our spirit intact. When you exercise, you're going to want to eat certain foods. You're going to eat, as Elijah Muhammad said, are we eating to live, or are we living to eat? We want to learn how to eat to live, and that's an important part in dealing with stress. This COVID-19 ain't, and I say the word ain't intentionally, ain't going nowhere no time soon. It will leave when it's meant to actually leave. We have to respond to it. We have to wear the mask. We have to do the 6 feet thing apart, because if that's what they're saying, what is it that they're not telling us? What is it that we do not know? All right, so that's where I am.
That's what's up.
But I'd like to jump in after that. Brother Ahmad, I appreciate you sharing that. About 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, Brother Joseph and I started working on this music, man. And he called me at a time where I started to realize I needed to think of myself from my health from a wellness standpoint. So I'm a newbie to all of this, the whole mind, body, spirit, mindset. And I'm gonna tell you, brother, I've been on it so strong because I don't want to go through what I went through 3 months ago, getting wrapped around the axle on this COVID stuff. I got hyper vigilant and tried to figure out how I'm gonna dodge the man or whatever, but all of this, but there's so much going on. We're bombarded with so much to where we just have to step back. I had to learn about meditation, had to learn about food, the types of food to eat, stretching, yoga, taking care of my body, exercise, all of that, man. And in the course of about 3 months, I've really elevated maybe a year and a half mindfulness kind of regimen on my diet. But man, I kicked it into high gear this last 3 months, and I appreciate you sharing that, because that's where I'm at right now.
Otep, good, very good.
I want to say that one of the things that let me just go back to our ancestors who were in bondage, and in order to deal with the stress of being enslaved, they had to sing, they had to dance, they had to show love in extraordinary circumstances toward one another. But one of the gifts we have is our ability to relate to the Most High through music, through dance, through song, and also to dance, and also to do those things that create a ritual with you in the universe, whatever that may be. It may be music, it may be writing, it may be having a conversation, it may be, painting, or whatever that thing is that puts you in that zone, that gets all of that gook off you for a little while, dropping the weights down, put the weights down for a minute, then you can go back to them. I say all that to say that I understand the power that we all, brothers and sisters, innately have. But a lot of the stress that we deal with in the United States, we've become accustomed to oppressive psychology. in this country. And that's why everybody has high blood pressure, because it's a constant thing on your body, and you just get used to it. So in terms of the mind, body, spirit connection that Kevin was talking about, we must become aware of all the things you have to do to get that up off you as often as possible. And that may be meditation, that may be getting enough sleep, that may be, singing, whatever it is that puts you in that place where you feel like you're in the zone and you're connected to your higher self and you're growing and learning, then that's what you got to do. And that may be different for different people, So you got to know what that means for yourself.
What about for you?
For me, it's meditation. I meditate, I write, and I talk to friends and family a great deal. Because I call to check on people, and I talk to young people a lot, my little nieces and nephews and cousins, in fact, I teach them about Marcus Garvey. I have monthly meetings with them while I'm teaching them the stuff that the schools are not going to teach them.
Dope.
So right?
Yeah.
And they're deep. Oh, they were blown away some of the things I share with them about ancient Kemet. But Also, my wife is amazing, man. I have a wonderful wife, and we talk and spend time together. And we have really courageous conversations to break through some of the self-limiting beliefs we may have about ourselves, and things she sees in me that that I can grow, and things so it's all about relationship too, And if you are in a relationship, man, it requires all your knowledge and spiritual energy to stay in it, to keep moving, to keep it growing. Because a lot of people are having problems right now being shut in all the time with the same person, So, but it's a challenge. And that's the thing, it's a challenge that you got to use everything to work through so that you can come out on the side better and stronger, And that's how I see this whole thing, is that you got to figure out how to come out on the other side better and stronger.
Thank you, brother. That's all right. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Cornelius, you're going to wrap us up here, man. You're going to tail us home.
All right. So everybody seemed like they had something positive to say, right? So I'm going to keep it right there for a minute. So what I do is I got two things that I do. I'll jump in my old school. I got an old school car, and I'll jump in there at 5 o'clock in the morning and just drive. Which that just brings me down. Another thing, I listen to old school R&B, Temptations, Shot Lights. Y'all know nothing about that. Y'all young. Y'all know nothing about that. Y'all young. But I listen to the Dramatics. But for all of that positivity, I am, in the last few months, I've come to the realization that more than likely we're going to have a civil war. I used to think that was impossible in today's time. But the more I look at it, I think if this man loses the election in November, he may kick it off in the 2.5 months before he leaves office. And if he wins re-election, we definitely gonna have one, right? So not only because his forces, his people will be emboldened to take that next step. And so I think as Black people, we need to get ready. We need to start stockpiling, right. And I mean, right. we got to be prepared for when they come. Because in my opinion, if you had asked me 10 years ago, there was no way it would happen. 20 years ago, no way. In the last 2 years, I've been convinced by him that it's going to happen. And man, I go shooting. I take my kids shooting because we need to get ready. And I want to be positive, but I also got to be a realist. And
shooting is therapeutic.
Well, shooting is therapeutic, man. It really is.
But I don't see that as a negative, Cornelius. I think that's I think what you just said is what a lot of brothers have realized, and a lot of brothers are being prepared. Yeah. I think it needs to be a larger conversation. Well, not conversation, but somehow, we got to say
a larger conversation among us.
Right.
Yes.
Right. A larger conversation among us.
Because it's been an ongoing large conversation amongst them.
That's right. That's right. They've been getting ready.
Have you noticed the rise of a couple of African American gun associations that have come up too? It's happening, you know, kind of an undercurrent. I don't think they're trying to broadcast it though.
Right. Well, I saw the brothers down in Georgia, in all black, out on the streets with AR-15s and everything, and they were actually challenging the Klan to come out there because the Klan had tried to intimidate someone, and so these brothers showed up, and then the Klan, they ain't heard from them since. So when you look at all these things, I mean, when you look at all these things, it only points to one thing, as far as I'm concerned, and that's war.
Well, there's an organization called NAGA that's really rising really fast, man. And then there's another female gun association that I've seen out there, man. I'm telling you, people are way more aware now. Hopefully we can get in front of the curve and be prepared.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the nation has been saying it for years.
Yeah.
But thank you for that, Cornelius.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
I don't, good brothers. I don't mean to keep you too much longer, but I appreciate y'all so much. This is a Soul Star Lives after show where we dealing with some health and we checking the pulse of what's going on here. So make sure y'all stay tuned, subscribe and like and comment and share, and we'll get you all the information from these great gentlemen that you heard from. Thank you again so much for coming on Soul Star Live.
Thank you, Method Cal. Thank you.
All right,
Take care, everyone.